Shalom Aleichem and Baruchim Habaim. Moshe Langnado here speaking under the auspices of Kollel, Baruch, Avat, Israel in Southern California and Tziyon in Brooklyn, New York. This week we will be reading Parshat Bo, the redemption of Bnei Israel from the bondage of Egypt. We also have found the first few mitzvot given to the nation. Before Makat Bechorot, God commands us the mitzvah of HaChodesh Hazeh Lachem, the law that our nation has to have its own calendar. Not like the non-Jews, not like the secular world, which has a solar calendar of 365 and a quarter days, but a calendar which is based on the lunar cycle. Each month is parallel to the moon. We start Rosh Chodesh at the new moon, and we end the month when the moon disappears, and start again when it reappears, approximately not 29 and a half days. But it also has to coincide with the sun and the seasons. Therefore, our year is a lunar solar year, which, depending on the year, we have either 12 or 13 months. Also, we receive the mitzvah of Korban Pesach, how we should slaughter it, how we should take its blood and spread it on the doorpost, and how we should eat it without breaking a bone. I heard many years ago from Rabbi Schwab, Zecher Tzaddik Livracha, the rabbi, the chief rabbi of the German community in Washington Heights. He mentioned a very beautiful point, and I'll try to augment it with a Gemara in Masechet Kiddushin. In Kiddushin, the Gemara tells us that there was a Ger Tzedek, a convert who passed away. His worldly possessions are hefker, become ownerless, because he has no relatives. We're talking one who's not married and had no children. So one of the men surrounding him saw that he had a very good slave. So before the Ger Tzedek passed away, he made the slave do some work for himself, that he would acquire the slave before the death of the Ger Tzedek, that there would not be a moment of freedom for the scared. What is the Gemara teaching us? Besides the laws of acquiring a slave, it's teaching us something very interesting, that ideally there should be no time lapse in the life of a slave. The Jew, the nation of Israel, when they left Egypt, would go from the bondage of Egypt directly to the bondage of God. There would be no time elapse. So therefore, while they were still subjugated in Egypt, the mitzvot would be enacted on them, that there wouldn't be a vacation period. And this is something which we have to learn, that to be a slave means it's constant, always. No sabbatical, no vacation. We are slaves of God, always and forever. And that is the greatest gift we can have. There's no breaks. I remember visiting a young man in Santa Barbara, California, and he had become a Baal Tshuva. And one summer I went to visit him, and I noticed that he was lax on the mitzvot. I told him, my friend, what happened? He says, Rabbi, don't worry, I'm taking a sabbatical. No, that is not the way. There's no sabbaticals. There's no breaks. There's no vacation from the mitzvot. No matter where we are, no matter where we go, we're always considered Eved Hashem. And if we perform our servitude properly, we will be the happiest and most prosperous people on earth. And no question, we will be zocher very quickly to greet Mashiach Tzidkenu. Shabbat Shalom and Chodesh Tov.